Chances of a Kamala comeback are dwindling. The former vice president remains in exile, retreating back to California to go grocery shopping with her plastic bags after her embarrassing defeat by President Trump. Her party is trying to move on by throwing her under the bus. Even former DNC folks are saying they don't want her running again ever, especially not in 2028.
Everybody, just kind of clapped and was like, yeah, good for her. I would say that they're, of the people who are actually in the room, whether, they're the DNC members or the operatives or the folks the donors that were there, I don't think there's a single one of them that was saying that Kamala Harris is the leader of the party, nor should she run again. I mean, I don't think I found a single person who thought that was a good idea for us, myself included.
All right, Harold. So this former DNC official says not one person in the room wants her to lead the party again or run for president. Isn't this good news for you?
Well, I think if she wants to run, she should run. But she's going to face competition and is going to have to lay out her ideas and her plan and her vision for the country. I don't necessarily disagree with the young fellow. I was not in the room with these officials he's talking about or these people he's talking about. But let me give the Democrats a little hint. Who cares about DNC officials? Get out. Talk to people. These are not the people. They're my friends, and they mean well. They're going to be there regardless of who the nominee is, as we all know. Get out and talk to people and listen to people. I read a great article, a great piece by Peggy Noonan a couple weeks ago in one of our home newspapers here at the Journal. And she said that Democrats, if you want to, one of the things she recommended Democrats do, particularly those in elected office, fix something, do something. Make a difference in somebody's lives, not just say you can raise money or not just say that you come from a state or an area or you represent something in the party that people may want. We understand it, but I think the real appeal in politics today, fix something in your schools, fix the crime problem, fix the bail problem in your city, do something on health care, make it easier for people to have a better life. At the end of the day, I remind Democrat and Republican, that's what politics is about at its core when it's practiced at its best.
Yummy.
Jesse, the 60-minute interview with Kamala, I mean, Trump was right when he said that they had edited it. They took out the word salad to make her sound as competent as possible. They could just as well, CBS could just as well have been a campaign manager because that's what they do. They edit these.
So she looks scared to me. And we don't want politicians that are running scared. We can smell that insecurity. Joe Biden was afraid of AOC. She was afraid of her 20-year-old staffer, so they tiptoe around stuff. I want a politician that wants to like me, not that wants to be liked. Trump likes people. He likes people. He's actually interested. Kamala doesn't even like people, and you can tell. Too much has been said about Kamala Harris for her to ever run again. You know, when you get into a fight and you've said awful things, you can't go back. The Clintons just said that she was a seventh-string quarterback who can't sling a sentence together. Barack, Nancy, they said she wasn't even our pick. And the donors feel fleeced, so that's never going to happen again. To your point, competence is compassion. The Democrats don't understand that. The Democrats are like the dad that says, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then forgets to pick you up at school and gets so drunk he raids your college fund and gambles it away in Vegas. That's not compassionate. People want someone that just fixes problems, doesn't create problems.
You know, Dana, if the party is going to move more centrist, doesn't that, and reasonable, doesn't that leave out AOC and Newsom?
Well, I think that the Democrats just showed in their election last Saturday that they are more aligned with the activist left than they are interested in going centrist. The most powerful Democrat right now in America, the most powerful elected Democrat is Chuck Schumer. And he was trying to lead a chant yesterday, and it didn't work, and it was embarrassing. I mean, honestly, I would be really embarrassed. The most powerful state government elected official, I would say right now, to me, is Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. And he's doing what Peggy Noonan said and what you're saying. If you look at any of his communications, it's all about, here's the number of jobs I brought back, here's the money that I've saved you, here are the roads that we fixed, here are the things that we're doing on education. He's trying to be smart and to position himself, but I don't think the activist class is with him at all on that. Let me add one other thing, because I'm not really, I hope that Democrats would listen to you, Harold. You are probably the most powerful Democrat in media.
Wow, Harold.
And partly because of us.
Yeah, Harold. Yeah.
I think it's all because of you.
And you're speaking Democrat version of common sense. And so if they would be smart to listen to you.
That's right. That's why I crossed your notes out, because you know it. All right, Greg, Joe Rogan.
Yes.
He comes out and he says Kamala lied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
about the
I'm not
interview.
surprised by that. I think the Dems have plenty of time to find their so-called leader. They have to fill a hole, but they have to find out why that hole existed. What killed the party? What killed the party? We've talked about this. Number one, if you have a party based on victimhood, that means achievement is impossible because no one can actually excel because then they become an oppressor. Then you have the opportunity cost of making Trump the number one enemy, which then at the expense of actually thinking about who you are. And then if your party becomes, we're not Trump, and now Trump represents common sense, where does that leave you as a point of differentiation? Not common sense. So Trump's the symbol of low crime, strong borders, American enterprise. The Dems, all you can think about is he, she, they, them. That's what the Dems have become, especially for young kids, the kids in their teens. They thought the Democratic Party was a joke because of the pronoun stuff. And you know what? The Dems should hand their party platform over to Harold Ford. They need to out common sense common sense. Or if they don't do that, if they can't handle Harold, because he's a pain in the butt, AI the damn thing. To get rid of all activism and emotionalism, because if you go in the other direction, it's going to be more woke insanity. You're going to embrace minor attracted persons and bestiality as a lifestyle choice and assisted dying for fingernails. If you don't do that, hangnails. If you don't do that, if you don't actually get out of this path and embrace the Harold Fords, you're screwed.
Humble Harold.
Yes,
Yes.
we love you, Harold. All right, up next, MAGA takes over the sports world. Kansas Chiefs superstar Travis Kelce is praising President Trump.